Please subscribe and like the video and help the channel get to 500 subs. After the release of Mortal Kombat 11 back in April 23, 2019, it looked like the Mortal Kombat series would take a break for a while and let another franchise take the spotlight. When it was time for the next NetherRealm fighting game, many fans, including myself, thought we were getting Injustice 3. But when the time came, instead what was announced was Mortal Kombat 1, a reboot of the franchise and a solid game overall. Great fighting mechanics, graphics, unless you're on Switch of course. But even though we did receive the solid game, the fans of Injustice felt kind of cheated. 2 very good Mortal Kombat games in the span of 4 years, that's really impressive. You know, I don't want to sound like a spoiled child, but I mean, Injustice has been sitting on the shelf since 2017, 6 years since the well-acclaimed sequel to 2013's Injustice: Gods Among Us. So since I feel like we'll most likely be getting one hopefully in the near future, I want to go over aspects of the game that should be in there, and predict what I think will actually be in the game. So let me know down below, do you like Mortal Kombat more than Injustice, or do you prefer Injustice? Okay, let's begin the match. The biggest thing, of course, is the characters that are going to be in the game. Of course, Batman, Superman, Flash, Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, Aquaman will all be in there, so I'm not going to be talking about the obvious characters. I'll go over what characters I want to be featured on the roster. The first is Killer Croc. Yes, I know he's playable on mobile, but come on, mobile, I want to be able to play as him for real. Being an iconic villain of Batman and really liked by the fans, I strongly feel he should be included. Moving on to the next fighter, Bloodsport, another fan favorite and now even more popular because of James Gunn's Suicide Squad movie and Idris Elba's awesome portrayal of the character. But you know what would be even cooler is if Idris Elba actually plays him in the game, be voiced and look like him. His moves would be a combination of both Deathstroke and Red Hood, a mix between guns and hand-to-hand combat. Next, we have another fan favorite, King Shark, who was also rose to popularity because of James Gunn. King Shark is shown to be a playable character in the upcoming Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League game, more on that later. But King Shark in Injustice 3 would be really cool. He would work like a heavy character, and would be cool as if in one of his celebration cutscenes, he'd pick up the opponent and off-screen he would rip them in half. But yes, King Shark would make a fine addition. 2 other characters that the fans would like to have in Injustice 3 is Plastic Man and Katana. First, Plastic Man is someone people wanted since the first game, and when the second game released he was not in there, fans including myself were praying for the third one to have him, so hopefully he does come out. His unique style of fighting, his stretching ability would make a fine addition to the game. And Katana, another very cool character, she would definitely fit in Injustice, heck, she would even fit in Mortal Kombat. Now finally, a new character that I think almost all the fans would love is Beast Boy. He is someone who the fans have been wanting since Injustice 1. He was rumored to be a DLC character and that he'd be released in the future. And well, that didn't happen. And when the second game came out, once again, the masses said, don't worry everyone, he most likely would be a DLC character. Nope. And to this day, what could have been? His fighting style can consist of him turning to different animals. Then, during his super move, he could transform into like a T-Rex or a really giant animal or something. Because all we have now is just his Fortnite skin, like, really? Come on. But hopefully we get him in the third one. And yes, I know, in the Injustice lore, he is supposedly dead, but I assume they didn't confirm his death just in case they want to use him later. Now here's your chance, NetherRealm. Let me know down below, what characters would you love to see in Injustice 3? As for the DLC characters, here's where we can have a little bit more fun with it. These are going to be some of my picks. You know, some people won't like them, maybe no one's going to like them, or maybe everyone's going to like them. So, for the first fighter pack, we have our first 2 guest characters, Liu Kang and Kitana. It is a tradition to include at least one character from Mortal Kombat in Injustice. The first game had Scorpion, and in Injustice 2, it was Sub-Zero and Raiden. So for this one, why not Kitana and Liu Kang? Liu Kang is the current face of the franchise and is a very popular character, and Kitana is another character a lot of people, including myself, really like. So I think that'd be pretty cool. As for the DC DLC characters, it'd be pretty cool to have Rorschach and Clayface, 2 fighters that are really liked by the fans. And come on, Rorschach, a character who kills and tortures those he deems evil. He doesn't fall to any category of good or evil. And Clayface, a character that can copy moves of his opponents. These 2 would certainly make a fine addition to the roster. And, you know, there has to be at least one funny, silly type of character. In Injustice 2, it was the TMNT. So for this one, I'm going to say Shaggy. He wasn't in Mortal Kombat, so please, NetherRealm, put him in Injustice. That'd be really cool and funny at the same time. You know, I know he's in Multiverses, well, was in Multiverses. And okay, if it can't be Shaggy, then the Tick, a popular character with his unique design. I would for sure like to play as him. So let me know down below, what DLC characters would you love to see? Okay, let's transition from characters to maps. Can't fight if there's nowhere to fight. Stages are extremely important as fighters, and Injustice has had some good maps that would most likely return. Some stages like Arkham Asylum, Metropolis, the Fortress of Solitude, Atlantis, and so on probably come back, but some new maps that could make Injustice 3 have the best, if not the best maps out of the series could be one of them being able to fight in Darkseid's warship, similar to how Brainiac's ship was, with him sitting in the back watching the 2 fighters go at it. Instead, the ship would be Darkseid's and he'd be watching from a distance, or maybe it could literally be this location from Zack Snyder's Justice League, fighting with Darkseid's legions in the background. That'd be pretty cool. Another map that adds some cool diversity in the map pool would be the Titans Tower, having 2 variations, one on the roof or inside the building in the main area, with the jump city in the background as a backdrop. That'd be pretty cool. showing some more love to the Titans crew. Another building I feel that should turn into a map should be an abandoned LexCorp, being able to fight inside of it using whatever gadgets and random things Lex Luthor has left behind to your advantage. Also, Injustice 3 should definitely have night and day cycles for all maps, and for example with LexCorp they should have a version of it that's not abandoned and run down, but instead being regular. A map I feel they owe justice to is Joker's Carnival, a map that was in the first Injustice. I mean, it wasn't a bad map, but it was really dark. Though it did have cool things, like I said, it's kind of hard to see any of it. Injustice 3 should have a Joker-themed map that is instead inside of a circus tent, bright, with sick, demented clowns in the background doing weird things, and on the occasion, Joker and Harley Quinn making an appearance. Finally, a DLC map idea I had could be one from Mortal Kombat. Why not have a Mortal Kombat map? One of my favorites is the Dead Forest, a map in MKX and the location of the iconic MKX reveal trailer. I really like this map, its creepy, cold feeling would make a nice addition to Injustice 3. On the subject of maps, the stage transitions is also another must in the Injustice series. A lot of fans enjoy it as well as myself. The fun and creativity to it, as well as a nice little animation, is something satisfying to watch when you successfully send someone through it. Okay, with characters and maps out of the way, what about the actual story itself? What would this game be about? Okay, here's my pitch. Injustice 3 would serve as the final installment of the original Injustice storyline. The main antagonist would be Darkseid. A lot of people want him to be the main villain, which makes sense. I mean, he is the Thanos of the DC universe, but like way stronger. I know he was already a character in the franchise, but he didn't have any purpose in the main story. In the first Injustice, he was just a stage transition, and in the second, he was a playable character, and in this third one, once again, he'll be playable, but by only unlocking him through the completing the story. Here's a quick reminder of what happened in Injustice 2. The player had an option to choose who they wanted to side with, either Batman or Superman. In the Superman ending, he would defeat Batman and then kill Brainiac, and take over his ship, restoring the regime and Earth. The messed up thing about this, though, is that Superman had Batman under some sort of mind control, so yeah, that's kind of messed up. In the Batman ending, Batman permanently depowers Superman with gold kryptonite and sends him into the Phantom Zone, a timeless realm. But Batman knows that one day, Superman will be back. This game would take place a couple years after the events of the second one. Batman finally finishes up with cleaning up the mess of the previous game. Because of what happened, he recruits more heroes just in case another world-ending threat ever arrives, and don't worry, it does. Darkseid, disappointed that Brainiac cannot complete his mission, decides to take things in his own hands. Darkseid vows to take control of Earth and its heroes along with it. Batman tries his best to solve this problem without the help of Superman, but remember, the Phantom Zone cannot contain Superman forever. Towards the end of the game, we see Superman in the Phantom Zone, having so much time to just think about what he has done in his life. The pain and guilt consumes him. Throughout the franchise, he has been the villain, but now he must be the hero. He gains new powers along with his old ones. Towards the end of the game, we play as Darkseid for one chapter, coming to Earth, defeating hero after hero in a dramatic sequence. Then, when Darkseid beats up Batman, the last hero standing in his way to conquer Earth and its power, Superman reemerges from the Phantom Zone, and now we switch from playing as Darkseid to playing as Superman in the final boss fight. The ending of this game would be where Superman sacrifices himself to save humanity, wanting to redeem himself and finally join Lois Lane and his unborn child in heaven. Darkseid and Superman are both killed. Superman will always be seen as the one who doomed humanity, and also the one who saved them. Something that a lot of fans love about recent NetherRealm fighting games is the ability to customize everything, like I mean everything, and having a plethora of options to choose from. MK11 had so many customization options for every fighter, but with the release of MK1, customization options were cut down drastically, and a lot of people were disappointed by that. In Injustice 3, the many customization options have to return. Things like being able to customize your favorite hero with cool skins and color palettes are nice to do. Plus, game mode's something else I feel like is difficult to get wrong. The Mother Box planets that Injustice 2 had was a very good idea. A cool mode they could have in Injustice 3 could be Annihilation mode, playing as any hero character and going through wave and wave of enemies. And the longer you survive, the better the reward. This mode can be played both single player and multiplayer. Also, this game can have some sort of collectible system, like how Ultimate Marvel vs. Capcom 3 did, but in this case you can pick up comic books that are on the stage or by receiving them through doing special combos or just defeating opponents. For example, collecting a Batman comic a certain number of times gives you some concept art or some more lore text to the greater universe of Injustice. I'm a really big fan of those type of things, so let me know down below, what do you think? But honestly, I trust NetherRealm with this game. They rarely miss. I hope we get Injustice 3 soon and that it is well worth the wait. Hopefully it includes some of the things I mentioned in this video, and if it doesn't, I'm still getting it day one. So let me know down below, what would be your perfect Injustice 3 for you? And I want to thank you for the channel support and likes and comments that I've been receiving. So once again, thank you so much, and take care of yourself. Drink your water, get your sleep in, and always wear your seatbelt. Alright, I'll see you in the next one.